Hey everybody, this is Mr. Lee. I'm your instructor for Math 110 asynchronous, so online, self-paced B session, spring 2026. This is the welcome video. I wanted to go over the policies and procedures of the class today so that you can feel comfortable for the rest of the session focusing in on the content. So we're going to go over the syllabus and we're going to go over Blackboard navigation. But before we jump into those things, I'm going to try to keep this video to 20 minutes. But before we jump into those things, I want to say I am your instructor. I'm here to be a support. I want to see all of y'all do well this semester. We are going to discuss some of the pitfalls that students have for being successful in the course and some of the supports we have in place. But I want to see everybody succeed. Please reach out if I can help. Shoot me an email is the quickest way to get in touch with me, and I'll try to get back to you quick. So let's look around. I have up right here, this is the last page of the syllabus, and I think it gives a good snapshot of how the course works, when things will be due. If you can print one thing this semester, I recommend you print the last page of the syllabus. So you have in hand when stuff is due. So let's look over this page a little bit. The first week is probably the oddest week out of the 8. So the first week, I do not have a homework assignment due on Monday night, the first day of class. Because I do know ad drop is going on and I want you to get a chance to watch this video. But our first homework assignment is due on Tuesday, and then our only Wednesday homework assignment is due the first week of class on Wednesday. Outside of the first week, every week has the same routine. Homework assignment on Monday and Tuesday, lab on Thursday. There are 8 labs. So, the class is 8 weeks long. There were 8 labs. 4 of those labs are video demonstrations. This is your opportunity to teach. So the inspiration for this is Khan Academy videos. If you've watched Khan Academy videos, or the kind of instructional videos that you're going to see partnered with homework questions, this is your opportunity to write and talk to teach me how to do the question. So there's 4 videos, 4 demonstration lab videos. Each demonstration lab is just a single question. Then there are 4 written labs. So these labs you need to handwrite on paper and then take a picture of them and upload them. We'll take a look in Blackboard just a second at least one of the video demonstrations and one of the written labs. And that's the course. So, yep, we only have 8 weeks together, 3 assignments each week, 2 homework assignments, 1 lab. All right, so jumping over here to our Blackboard course, the very first thing you need to do on the very first day is to complete the course entry assignment. Most of the course is locked down, so the first day, go ahead and complete the course entry assignment. So right now it says content isn't available because I have not completed the course entry assignment. So let's go do that quickly. It should only take you 10 seconds. How you answer this question doesn't really matter. You just need to submit this. This is for auditing purposes. It has no effect on your grade. Once you complete the course entry assignment, you're then able to access all of the content. Each module is set up the same way. The first item in each module is going to be learning resources. Here you're going to find the textbook. You're going to find instructional videos. Then, there's also some additional resources if you're looking for a calculator. Here's the Desmo Scientific Calculator. This is great for this class. Then below the learning resources are the 2 homework assignments for the week, typically outside of the first week. The first one's due Monday night, the second one's due Tuesday night, the lab is due Thursday night. Let's look at a homework assignment. Our homeworks are hosted in a platform called MyOpenMath. MyOpenMath is completely integrated with Blackboard. It is single logon. You don't necessarily know when you're jumping from one platform to the other. Let's purposely get this question wrong. So let's say that we think Mr. Lee is the answer to this question. When you submit a question, you get a similar question button if you get the question wrong. So we got this question wrong, so we can try again. Maybe we try Mr. Lee again. Is Mr. Lee the answer now? Nope, I'm still not the answer. Let's see if I'm ever the answer. No, I don't think I'm ever going to be the answer here. As we go along, you see that over here, the number of regenerations is ticking down. You get 100 attempts on each question. I've never had a student in good faith burn through all 100 attempts. 100 is the highest I can set it. When I finally get this right, and I'm using a calculator here because I don't want to mess up my mental math. Enter in the exact decimal. When I finally get a question right, I get full credit for it. So there's no penalty for burning through attempts. So if you budget enough time, you can turn in really strong homework grades. Each week there are 2 homework assignments. They're typically due on Monday and Tuesday outside of the first week. Week 1, they're due on Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, let's talk about labs. Labs are the biggest pitfall for students in the course. Students who do not budget the time they need to turn in good lab assignments really struggle with the course. I am intentionally giving you time between the homework and the lab so that you can turn in good lab work. The lab is due at 11:55 on Thursday. If you start the lab at 11 o'clock on Thursday, you are going to really struggle with this course. All right, 4 of the labs are video demonstrations. Let's look at the instructions a bit. It's going to direct you to a question from the homework. So actually, let's click back over to the homework for a second. And the homework assignment, I didn't say this, you can jump around. You can leave and come back. It'll save your progress as you hit the submit button. Many questions, I may have picked, yeah, here we go, here's a great example. Many questions have a help video. The idea with the lab is that now you're making your own help video, or you're making a help video to teach me, or you're making a help video, you're not sharing this with the world, but if you were to share it with the world, other students could watch this and know how to do this. So I give you a question from the homework. Oftentimes I will include things that I want to make sure you include. So here I want to see a diagram, so make sure you provide a diagram. You need to work out the question. I have a guided example right here. You can follow along to see what I'm looking for. But you need to work out the question on video. You need to provide all of the instructions. You need to work out the question with clear, easy to follow steps. Your verbal instruction is important. You need to get to the right answer. If I'm asking for a diagram or something else, you need to make sure you include those things. So my expectations for demonstration videos are high. So to help you out, if you will email me your work ahead of time. So I refer to it as the script. I don't encourage you, I don't recommend working out a question for the first time on camera. When I'm teaching, that's not what I try to do. I like to work questions ahead of time so I'm comfortable with how they flow before I work them with students. So I recommend work through the question, consider that your script, what you're going to go off of. You can email me your script and I'm happy to check it. Let you know if you have any mistakes, let you know if there's something you need to add, if there's an important step that you're missing. I'm happy to check your script for you. With how large video files are, there's not a practical way for you to email it to me so I can check it, but I'm happy to check your script for you. And then I have had students have trouble submitting their videos. Blackboard is very particular about how you can submit videos. This how-to document right here is really important, so make sure you watch this. And if you don't want to record separately and upload, you can also record online through a tool called Echo 360. Echo 360 is also the tool you use to submit. You can also record through Echo 360. Sometimes it's called Echo Video. Echo 360 and Echo Video are the same platform. All right, and then there's a grading scale down here, and there's a privacy note. No one's going to see this video other than me. And there's a note, you're welcome to have someone else hold the camera for you, but your written work and video discussion, your verbal instructions are important, need to be done by you. Okay, halfway there. Let's look at written labs as well. This is written lab 3. You're going to be provided a question. You need to show clear, easy to follow work. You need to handwrite both the instructions and the question and your work. And usually I even make a note here. Yeah, make sure you provide clear, easy to follow work. And for this lab in particular, I ask you to answer in complete sentences. So this is a math literacy course. Really wanting to make sure we're really honing in on literacy skills by answering in a complete sentence. And then you can take a picture of your work. You can use your cell phone for that, and you can attach those pictures down here in the submission box. Again, if you email me your pictures, I'm happy to check them. I'm happy to check your lab work for you. Students who take advantage of lab checks do a lot better in the class than students who don't. But writing everything out, getting it checked by me, it takes time. So if you're waiting till 11 o'clock on Thursday night to start the lab, you're really going to struggle with the course. You need to budget time. You need to start lab assignments early. You can reach out to me to have you get your work checked. You have any questions, I'm happy to field them. If you want slow, granular, one-on-one assistance on the labs, I recommend tutoring because I have a lot of students, but the college will pay someone to work slowly through the lab with you. So if you're budgeting the time, you can turn in really strong lab assignments. All right, let's look at the syllabus a little bit. I'm just sort of going over my notes here. We went over the course entry assignment. We talked about the homework assignments. We talked about labs. If you can print one thing, print this pacing guide at the end of the syllabus. Let me also just point out the Start Here folder. The syllabus I'm looking at is right here in the Start Here folder. This document right here. Also, I'll point this out again, but if you need my email, instructor information is a great way to find my email. Here's a nice picture of me. It's a little grainy, but good picture. Okay. Let's go to the top of the syllabus. This is Math 110, 861B. This is B session, spring 2026. It's starting to act like spring, which is good. The class starts on March 16th and ends at the end of the first week of May. First 2 days are the days that you can add and drop courses. After the second day, you cannot add courses to your schedule. This is an asynchronous course that is 100% online with no meeting times. Email is the easiest way to get in touch with me. I'm not regularly by my office phone. I'm also not very good at working my office phone. I do have an office at the Transportation Center, which is not on main campus. I also will be at the Northwest Forsyth Center, so I'm at different places pretty regularly. But I do keep a student hour each day, but I can often meet with you quicker than that. So if you want to correspond via email, or if you want to talk on the phone, or if you want a video conference, if you want to meet in person, please let me know, and I'll try my best to work with you. And I can usually get to you before my next student hour. Mr. Washington is my supervisor. Here is the course description. There is no co-req or prereq for this course. Here's the student learning outcomes. There is no physical textbook to buy. All of the course content is provided through Blackboard. We do use a third-party platform called MyOpenMath, but MyOpenMath is free and completely integrated with Blackboard, so you don't necessarily know when you're jumping from one platform to the other. The last day you can withdraw from the course is April 17th. The last day to withdraw from B session classes is April 17th. If you are not participating in a course, it's normally in your best interest to withdraw rather than earn an F. This is the link for Universal Course Guidelines. We use the 10-point grading scale. How is your grade going to be calculated? So 44% of your grade comes from those homework assignments. Remember, you get 100 attempts on each homework question. All of those questions are added together. I don't remember how many total questions, but let's just say there were 200 questions. Let's say you completed 180 out of those 200. You would have completed 90%. That 90% would then be multiplied by 0.44 for 44% of your total grade. So the questions are all cumulative. Labs are 56% of your grade. Each lab is worth 7%. So 7 times 8 is 56. So the labs are a really big deal. People not giving labs the attention and time that they need is the biggest pitfall in this course. Labs are graded on a 4-point scale. 4 out of 4, everything looks good. 3 out of 4, there's a minor issue. 2 out of 4, there's a major issue or big issue. So how do I differentiate between a minor issue and a major issue? A minor issue is, oh, something's off or something's wrong, but I am confident that you understand the material. A 2 out of 4 means I'm not confident you understand the material. This sends up red flags. I think you need to look at this again. 1 out of 4 means it's less than 100% correct, or complete, less than 100% complete. 0 out of 4 means it's less than half complete. Okay. You submit stuff through Blackboard. There is no blanket late policy for the course. We have 3 assignments due each week. It goes really quickly. If you get a couple assignments behind, you really drown. But if you have something going on, if you have extenuating circumstances, if you're sick, if your child is sick, if you are summoned to court, keep me in the loop and I can work with you. I can work with students one-on-one who have extenuating circumstances, but there's no blanket late policy for the course. There's no extra credit for the course. The college's AI statement, you're welcome to use AI. So the college has its stock AI statement here. For this course, you're welcome to use AI as a learning aid on the homework assignments, but your labs need to be human-produced work. And I can tell you from teaching this course for many, many years and for doing video demonstration labs for quite some time, it's pretty obvious within 10 seconds of a demonstration video whether this was a lab that you spent time learning the material and now you're recording, or if you copied and pasted the question into an AI bot and wrote down what it told you, and now you're struggling to get through this video. And I have a lot of students who, instead of providing a human-produced lab, try to use AI and have mistakes all over the lab and end up with a 2 on it instead of a 4. So I want to stress to you, make sure you're providing human-produced lab work. Okay, if you're inactive for 14 days, you're automatically withdrawn from the course. I'll let you read the rest of this. The college provides some tutoring information in the syllabus. I will be sending out additional tutoring information, but I can also help you navigate uh, free one-on-one tutoring, both virtual and in person. The walk-in lab, it's also called the STEM lab, is available via walk-in. You can just walk in and ask for help. You don't have to make an appointment. Probably won't need the writing center for this course. Okay, I'm just at 20 minutes. This is okay. So I'm here to be a support to you. Please reach out if I can help.